Hey, how's it going? Today I want to show you a workout with a steel club. I have a 15-pound steel club, and I'll show you just a little quick workout routine that I do with it. So what I actually start off here, what I like about this, and I think how it's applicable for arm wrestling, is just holding this angle, kind of building this lock, holding this position, kind of strengthening the grip and the wrist, and also this brachial radialis. I feel like it's a good warm up and good conditioning. So just gonna kind of work through some moves with this and talk a little bit along the way. So here we go. So I'm gonna turn to the side here, maybe help out. So I'll start off just switching. Well, I'll start with the right arm. I'll do about 10 of these, sort of, I don't know what you'd call them, just sort of flips, I guess, to this 90-degree angle with the elbow. About 10 of them, and I'll switch to the other side. I kind of do a swing movement similar to a kettlebell swing, but you can just let your arm do it too. I feel like this kind of doing a swing kind of actually makes it more in your arm versus a swing like this. So again, I'll do about 10 of these. Then I'll switch to the next one, which is just like a pullover. So I just kind of trying to keep my elbow tight here, not flared out too much. But again, I'm really feeling the muscles here of my forearm being contracted, and I'm also squeezing the handle here in my grip, especially the bottom two fingers. They're getting some good work here. This pullover is good for shoulder mobility, which I could definitely use. I feel like a lot of folks, especially if you work a desk job like I do, just good for the shoulders to kind of have a weighted stretch at the top here. All right, and after that, I will go back to the start, but I will kind of add both those movements together. I'm sure there's a name for this, the first part of this. And I think this, by the experts that work with these clubs and steel clubs, Indian clubs, there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down. But for the purposes of this, I'm just kind of showing you how I find this is a good conditioning tool, good warm up, and I feel like it's good carryover for arm wrestling. Similar muscle groups. Flip it to this side. Once I'm done with this, we'll show you another movement. Okay, so again, I'm not an expert with how to use these. I just thought I see a lot of videos about how to incorporate them, and again, I was kind of looking at just ways for shoulder mobility, and just kind kind of, once I went down the kettlebell rabbit hole, this is not too far behind. I just find the leverage, even though this is only 15 pounds, which that's like nothing for weight, having this sort of leverage disadvantage, you definitely feel it. So I've been impressed with it so far. So the next sort of movement, I think this is technically called like a shoulder cast. I'm just gonna take the club, kind of trace it around, go around this way. Just kind of do a circle sort of around my head. This one I'll shoot for 10. 5 usually gets the job done. And then I'll switch over to the left arm here. And sometimes my left kind of right around my collarbone. It's not painful, but it just starts popping and kind of making cracking sounds. So, but it's so far so good. So I'll kind of do those kind of things. The other thing too, kind of when I'm warmed up, I'll just kind of passively let this open up my shoulder here too. Just flip my head around out of the way. I'll just kind of let the club kind of pull my shoulder down and let it kind of open up stretch my tricep area here, and it feels good. So doing something like that. Same thing with the other arm. Just kind of give things a break for a little bit, but also keep doing a good stretch for it while things are warmed up. You can do other different things that I've kind of played around with. One is, since you are at a disadvantage, from a leverage standpoint, just kind of holding it like this and just a static hold. Really getting a lot of work in these bottom fingers, which is helpful for the hand control, especially for a top roller like me. I'll just kind of hold it like this. Even out and do the other side too. Because I'm feeling a good burn in the triceps too by doing this. So that's one. You can kind of play around a little bit, like I said, with kind of having it at a disadvantage from a leverage standpoint, but just kind of turning and kind of doing like sort of anti-pronation. I kind of have my elbow tucked into my side here and just kind of turn it. This is just again a good sort of hand and wrist workout. And I'll switch it up and do the other. Get kind of even here. Yeah, left is not as strong, but it's a challenge. That's the other thing too, to make it easier, give yourself more leverage, you just kind of choke up on the handle there. A little easier. So this is another one I just kind of played with, and the first exercises I showed you, saw those in videos, and so I can't take any credit, but just kind of playing around with the anti-pronation type things. The other thing you can kind of do is sort of supinations with this, with the weight of the club here, mostly being in here, in this like the barrel of the club, I guess, if you will. So doing supinations like this, again, sort of good for that inner elbow. This is just good blood flow work. I just feels good. I'll do it as a warm up. If I'm crunched for time sometimes, and if I can only fit in one thing, I'll do like a little circuit like I'm doing here and showing you. Let me see what else. I'm trying to think what other little moves. I can't. The other thing, and this is kind of the more advanced, more technical, is I think this is called a mill, that I'll kind of demonstrate here. But let's see. So we'll go like this. Just kind of spin it around. Don't have a ton of space here, but again, I think this is really good. Like I was saying before, hand, wrist, forearm, elbow conditioning. So I like this tool. And I'll switch it up. Maybe the other side, just do another. I believe this is called a reverse mill, but again, don't quote me on it, because I'm very new at this still, and there are definitely experts out there. So there's that, and you kind of can play around with where you're doing it. It's kind of fun to play around with. That's what I'm liking more and more about the steel club and the kettlebells. It's just fun. It's fun to play around with. You get good conditioning effect too by doing circuits where you're going from one thing to the next. You've heard me say it before if you watched some of my other workout videos, like the rope climbing one or the kettlebell one. I'm not like, it might change down the road, but I'm not really into the super specific arm wrestling lifts. The pronation lifts, where you're just working that short range of motion. You're trying to be as specific as you can to try to have that what the weight that you're lifting carry over to the table, almost mimic what you're doing on the table. I'm not quite there yet. I know a lot of successful arm wrestlers do train that way. To me, I think if you can get your body generally strong by doing a variety of movements, working full range of motion, and doing a lot of practice on the table, I think that's a totally valid method. So yeah, that was basically it. The final thing I'll say, if you've been watching any of the other videos, I typically give just a quick truth bomb for you, a little gospel presentation. And in the past, I've talked about how we've all fallen short of the glory of God. We've all sinned, and God is a just and good judge, and that He has to judge that sin for what it is. He has to hold others to account. Want to go from a little different angle today, in that if you look around the world right now, a lot of darkness. Talking just, it's a dark place. I'm talking spiritually, and it's easy to lose hope, especially if you don't have it. If you don't have a source of light in the darkness. And I wanted to share with you that source of light is Jesus. He says in John chapter 8 that I'm the light of the world, and whoever follows me. Cut off there at the end there. Jesus said that I'm the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So this is my encouragement to you. If you don't know the Lord, if you feel like there's so much darkness, pain, suffering in the world, and you're wondering like, where's hope? Where is God in it? I want to encourage you that God is close to the brokenhearted. He's very much attuned to our suffering. He's sensitive to it. He knows what you're going through. He actually sent his son to die in our place and to suffer in one of the most unfair, unjust case of suffering that the world has ever known, was what Jesus did, living a perfect life and dying in our place. And if we understand that we are guilty in God's sight because of our sin, that it separates us from him, or it separates us from a holy God, recognizing that we need a Savior, that we can't save ourselves, that our good works, our holy deeds will never be good enough. Recognize that it's only through Jesus and what he accomplished on the cross in our place. Once we do that, we can have hope because we have eternal life. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope that is an encouragement to you. If you don't know the Lord, just would encourage you to search the Bible and pray to have opportunities to learn more about him. So yeah, thanks for the time. Hope you enjoyed the video.